Should we do a vlog today? I don't have the dogs with me because they are at Connor's. They're pretty much full-time at Connor's. Actually, they are full-time at Connor's. It's just easier that way. His apartment's like 3 times the size of mine, so the dogs are honestly happier there too. But I had to run errands with my car this morning, and I still have my parking spot in my garage, so it was just easier to be here. I gotta get an oil change. I've been driving so much this summer, up and back and forth between here and Connecticut, and we have 2 more drives coming up, and cannot procrastinate getting the oil change the same way that I procrastinate it when I touch my car like once every 3 months, which was the usual rate. But first, there's no chance I can do this errand today without the cappuccino. I usually go to Jiffy Lube for my oil changed. I hate going to the Mercedes dealership. It just stresses me out. But when I was pulling up the Google reviews from the last few months, the one closest to me said that their car caught on fire within 4 hours of their appointment, and then there were a few more similar cases. And if this was years ago, I think I would have ignored it. The fact that it was a few months ago, I was like, okay, maybe we try somewhere new, which works out because Jiffy Lube is not in the city, and so which from where I'm at, I can pop over to Virginia super easy, so I don't mind running errands in Virginia. But this place is in Eastern Market, which is 5 minutes away, so we'll see. Hopefully it's also as cheap as Jiffy Lube. I have no problem impulse buying an Hermes scarf, but do I want to pay $60 for an oil change? Not really, but we have to. Yesterday we got back from New York and Connecticut, and we were there for Swim Across America. Connor's family has been raising money for Swim Across America for cancer for basically their whole lives, so it's something super important that they do every year. And it involves an open water swim, which truly was one of the hardest things I have ever done. It was 2K, and I've never done an open water swim before. I have been taking weekly swim classes since January. When we first started dating, Connor was like, "How good is your open water swim?" And I was like, things that no one has ever asked me. And then by the 3rd time he asked me how my open water swim is, I was like, and I'm gonna just go ahead and sign up for swim classes. And thank God, if I had not done those swim classes, there's no way I could have finished, because I barely finished with that. The hardest part was the first 10 minutes. I was just so startled jumping into the water, and the waves at first were a lot bigger than when he got further out, and I was just full panic throughout the whole thing. He basically just swam beside me the whole time, making sure that I knew I could do it. He pushed me, but he was like, "If you want to get out, you can get out, but I think you can do it." And he was like, "I know how glad you'll be if you finish it." And so I'm so glad that he pushed me to do that without making me feel more panicked, because that was the thing. It was the panic was affecting the breathing, which then was affecting everything else. It's something that's so important to his family, and just I was never not gonna do it, and never not gonna try to finish it, even though it was really bleak for a little bit. So it's one for the memory books. That's what I told his mom yesterday. I was just like, we're never gonna forget it. It was quite the bonding moment for us. It took an hour and a half. It was really so hard. To go back over to Connor's and get Ralph his food. He switches between Ollie and Farmer's Dog. I'm not gonna lie, like it works for him to change it up because he is picky. I feel like it's hard to post about that sometimes because they're like competitors and you want to be able to work with the brands. But if I'm going to be completely honest, he eats both. Here's his Farmer's Dog. And it's just something that works for us. Heading to the grocery. God, there's so much traffic. Heading to the grocery store. I'm gonna make salsa verde enchiladas tonight, and then we'll be back. Cannot live without this whole back. Also, half the time I see people hating on it. They got the knockoff version, and that's what they're hating about it. I've had this for like 4 years, and it's perfect. The medium size one, and you can tote it like this, or there's also 2 straps on the side, and you really, depending on the weight and what's in it, you alternate from toting it like this or the other way. And I feel like that's also part of that coolness. It's like adjusting for the weight that's in the bag, but that feels like common sense at the same time.